light. Gold. Every morning she woke, every night before sleep, light and gold glittered Applejack's room. It was capturing at first, every glint teasing her, curling her lips with a fond smile. A gift so simple, yet so precious. She polished it every day, keeping its shine strong, her room brightened with gold. The crest never left its place, glorifying her bedside wall, as it had the day Rainbow Dash gave it to her, and as it had the many days after. So many days. Too many days. How long had it been? As she found herself captured once again by the proud crest, Applejack snorted. She could not recall when last she thought of that, how long Rainbow was gone. Applejack had counted the days, somehow believing it would move them faster, somehow believing those days would not turn to years. But they did. Time marched on. Little ones grew. The land flourished. Applejack had matured a great deal. Quite a feat, given her responsible nature years before. Body, mind, and spirit all carved to perfection, all raised to their zenith. Like time and change, Applejack brought prosperity to Sweet Apple Acres. She brought wisdom to her blossoming sister, Applebloom. She brought pride to her brother, Big Macintosh. And she brought peace to the late Apple family matriarch, Granny Smith. Business expanded. The acres expanded. Life continued. Life prospered. And Applejack cherished Rainbow's lead pony crest morning after morning, night after night. She no longer remembered why. It all became so mechanical. Her careful tending, as natural as her hoof whiffling over her forehead every day, reaching for a hat that was not there anymore. As natural as leaving the pile of dusty, unopened letters locked in her room every morning. Eventually, Applejack stopped caring why. Shining gold was just part of her room. Shining gold was part of her life. And on this day, news of Rainbow Dash's return stilled the farmer's hooves before the crest. Frowning, gnashing her teeth together, and the frantic knock on Applejack's window opened an old wound. A deep wound, with a gusty sigh, eyes closed flatly. Applejack sauntered to her window. She did not hesitate. She did not falter. She opened it. Applejack. That voice, so crisp, so matured, it even sounded amazed, from the farmer's grown, more solid appearance, no doubt. Applejack fought a tugging grin, her eyes still closed. Without a word, she turned back toward her room, inviting an old friend for the first time in nearly a decade. Applejack's ears leveled at the other hoof steps. Careful steps. Timid steps. Applejack turned. Her eyes opened. She already knew it was Rainbow Dash. But right then, Applejack could not believe her eyes. That cyan form, as shaped and matured as the voice that uttered her name. Those sharp magenta eyes, narrowed and focused. Focused on Applejack.
Rainbow?
Applejack nearly winced at her own tone. It was flat, uncaring, unaffected by Rainbow's presence. The Pegasus shifted her eyes, smiling warmly at the crest adorning the wall. Only then did Applejack's eyes brighten. Rainbow was wearing her hat. Her conditioned, unblemished, well-tended hat. Applejack straightened her face again as Rainbow refocused on her. "I've missed you," Rainbow said, eyelids lowering.
"Yeah,"
was all Applejack could say. That was a mistake. A terrible, awful mistake. "That's it?" Rainbow questioned, her eyes bright with disbelief. "That's all you have to say? Applejack, it's been—"
"You left me, Rainbow."
Applejack could practically see the bowling ball filling Rainbow's throat. her words choked. Applejack waited for a retort, an excuse, anything. Her eyes narrowed on Rainbow, not expecting those powerful eyes to hit the floor.
I came back,
Rainbow said, her voice barely above a whisper. Applejack said nothing. A trick she suddenly remembered, a tactic that poisoned Rainbow's soul. Grimacing ever so lightly, Rainbow's eyes shifted to a pile of unopened envelopes. She frowned at how big it was.
I sent those for a reason.
Rainbow's voice grew thick, pointing Applejack's ears to the ceiling.
I gather that.
More silence, more tension, as thick as diamond. Applejack narrowed her eyes as Rainbow approached her. Dauntless, defiant.
You're not being fair, AJ.
I'm not being.
Applejack would have loved to finish that sentence. She would have loved to throw her pet name back in Rainbow's face. And now, she would have loved to bite the lips pressed against her own. When Rainbow pulled away, Applejack realized her breath was caught. Yet she could not release it. She did not want to. She frowned at the beautiful flyer, a wave of memories beating against the shores of her mind. They stood before each other, no less different than they had that fateful day, when they were young. When dreams were all but invincible. When Applejack smiled at the mare who would leave her and all their friends. When she believed she'd never forget why she kept that damnable crest. Finally, she released her breath.
Y'all got no right. You hear?
Her voice shook like her hooves. It cracked like the dam behind her eyes.
Y'all got no right.
I know that,
Rainbow replied, her eyes firm upon Applejack's.
I'm sorry, okay?
Rainbow hadn't a reason to be sorry. Applejack knew that. But she was angry with Rainbow, so unforgivably angry. And, like the care she took of Rainbow's crest each day, Applejack did not know why. Being a Wonderbolt was Rainbow Dash's dream. She had achieved it. Her leave was justified. That should have been enough. But it wasn't. It was never enough. Not enough for those cold, lonely nights, soaking her pillow with tears. Not enough for everything Rainbow had missed out on. It would never be enough.
I waited so long.
I know.
Rainbow's gaze finally broke.
I couldn't see you. I couldn't hear you.
I know.
Rainbow gritted her teeth. Applejack stopped at Rainbow's tone. For the first time in that whole 5 minutes, Applejack truly understood how much Rainbow had changed. Orange shoulders quaked, frowning green eyes stubbornly set on the Wonderbolt.
I love you, Applejack.
Damn it all to Tartarus if Applejack wouldn't break at any moment. She was close. The tears fogging her eyes made that quite clear.
I love...
Just... Please.
Applejack's own gaze fell to her hooves.
Please.
Rainbow hesitated for a long moment. The message was clear. Her steadied, well-practiced breaths hissed through her nose, and she gently took the Stetson off her colourful mane. She hesitated again, staring at the well-cared-for fabric. A lot longer than she may have wished. With a sad smile and a slow bow, Rainbow set the Stetson upon its rightful home. She leaned close, and Applejack coiled back. Just by a hair, though. Rainbow's muzzle lifted to the farmer's ear.
Shore leave ends in a week,
she whispered. She did not give Applejack time to respond, for she was already out the window, wings beating against the sky. For a time unutterably long, Applejack just stared out that window like it had slapped her. Only the golden glow, now painfully visible, brought her attention back to Rainbow's crest. And along with it, a cherished memory. The reason she kept it. And the reason that she had given Rainbow her hat. With a sob choked by the desert in her throat, Applejack galloped forward and leaped from her window, shouting after the Wonderbolt with all her might, knowing she would be caught.
Rainbow Dash, I love you too.